Hello out there. I'm David Horton. I'm proud to be one of your pastors. In just a few moments, you'll see me again. I'll be delivering today's sermon. We recorded today's sermon on Wednesday of this week. That's our typical sermon recording schedule in the pandemic. Our media team comes to film me in the sanctuary on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. It just so happened that this week was different in that just as I was preaching today's sermon, all of the devastation, confusion, sadness, all of that was happening in our nation's capital as I was preaching today's sermon, happening at the exact same time. And I knew about it. And in that moment, as I was preaching, I didn't know what to say. The Spirit really hadn't given me anything yet. Well, I'm recording this message on Friday of this week, and I still don't have much to say. I do have these 4 things that I want to lift up to you. And I do feel compelled and led by the Spirit to lift these things up to you as your pastor. The first thing is this. There's no such thing as mob justice. Doesn't exist. No such thing as mob justice. It's just another word for terrorism. And as Christians, we condemn terrorism at all times and in all places. Because as Paul says in the book of 1 Corinthians, Christians, we are called to build up, not tear down. And the second thing is, destruction of property to prove a point is wrong. It's wrong. Destruction of property to prove a point was wrong in 2020, and it is still wrong in 2021. At Gethsemane, one of our favorite sayings is, we're not out to make a point, we're out to make a difference. So let us be careful these days, friends. Let us make a difference and not go out there just to make a point. And the next is, I invite you to pursue the things that make for peace. I know, and maybe you know it too, that we're at a crucial juncture in our nation's history. The tides have shifted. Things feel shaky, uncertain, as if we're on the cusp of something we don't want. It doesn't have to be that way. We can pursue the things that make for peace. As your pastor, and even just as a person, I always go back to the things that I can do. I can't control what's going on. I have no control over what goes on in Washington. What I can control is my response. And I want to make peace. I want to pursue the things that make for peace. And I invite you in this really wild time to do that with me. And here's the final thing. These are the Beatitudes that come from Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, and I keep going back to these this week, so I want to close with this. Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. And blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." See you in a few minutes. Thank you.